Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Hollis Wood.
Also present.
Charles Costick.
Here.
Dana Isabella.
Here.
Daniel Bosley.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
And I'm Katie Commissioner present.
Resolution 77, accept the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of January 23rd be accepted and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
I heard Isabella, I didn't hear the first one. Can I get a second? Costick, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Carried. Is there anyone seeking public comment this evening? Seeing none, advancing to the resolution 78, the abstract.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 3A-2025 for $167,974.55. Abstract 3A-2025 prepays for the amount of $247,806.67 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Bosley, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Resolution 79, the building department reports.
Resolved to receive and place on file the monthly department head reports for the following departments for January of 2025. Buildings and Grounds, Codes and Zoning, the Highway Superintendent, Parks and Recreation, the Supervisor's Financial Report, the Town Clerk, and the Water Wastewater Departments.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Bosley, Isabella, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Carries. Resolution 80, request to attend PERMA annual membership conference.
Whereas it is in the best interest of the town that the business office associates remain current and informed concerning the areas of workers' compensation and safety coordinator, and whereas training through the Public Employer Risk Management Association, PERMA, is being offered in Verona, New York at Turning Stone from May 14th to 16th of 2025, therefore be resolved that the senior account clerk typists Karen Provost and Jody Seymour be approved to attend that annual PERMA member conference, and that conference fees, travel, and meal expenses are not to exceed $1,100. Be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, any discussion? Seeing none, all say aye. Resolution 81, Recreation Program Contract of Services.
Whereas Parks and Recreation utilizes instructional services for programs in the town of Plattsburgh, and whereas the Youth Services and Recreation Director recommends contract services and program for program and said persons to get a W-9. Therefore be it resolved that the supervisor is authorized to sign all necessary documents necessary for these short-term contract services as stated here on the resolution.
Wood, is there a second?
Second.
Costick, any discussion?
I'd just like to thank Aaron and Jordan for all their work with this. You know, they've added to this list and continue to grow, and I think really note the one that's kind of exciting to me is the Adirondack Regional Theater. It's an addition, so good stuff.
And activities range between June and August, so
Yeah,
there's
for adults and children.
all those in favor, please say aye. Carried. Resolution 82, 3% site plan return deposit for the Macon Hotel site plan of 2022.
Whereas the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Board has reviewed and granted detailed preliminary plan approval, which expired on November 23rd of 2024, of the Macon Motel Site Plan 2022, and resolved that the supervisor hereby authorized and directed to release the said deposit in the amount of $1,987.95, plus accrued interest to date. It is further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be forwarded by the Planning and Community Development Department Secretary with the return of the deposit to Nadine Macon.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Isabella, for a second. Bosley, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Resolution carries. Resolution 83, appointment of Austin Devens as MEO2 and the Highway Department.
Whereas the highway department has a vacancy, and there is a need to add another staff member to that department. And whereas all applications for said position have been reviewed, and the job has been posted by Greg Brunel, highway superintendent, as per union contract. And whereas the highway superintendent recommends that Austin Devens be appointed to said position, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh does hereby authorize the hiring and appointment of Mr. Devens to the vacant position of MEO2 at an hourly rate of $25.64, as indicated by the current Teamsters agreement. And a copy be given to civil service for their final review and approval. Be it further resolved that this appointment will become effective March 17th of 2025, following civil service final approval. The supervisor is hereby authorized to sign all necessary documents for the appointment of Mr. Devens to the position of MEO2 in the highway department with a probation period not to exceed 12 months. It is further resolved, and it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, highway superintendent, and also be placed in Mr. Devens' personnel file.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood, is there a second?
Second.
Cossack, any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Resolution 84, authorized to advertise bids for the Town Hall North Entrance Vestibule.
Whereas the town board has previously authorized the development of construction documents required for the renovation of the main entrance vestibule, and whereas AEDA has prepared documents for the bid proposals to be advertised, now therefore be it resolved that the town clerk is hereby authorized to advertise bids for the vestibule renovation, and that said advertisement shall be placed on the town website and in the Press Republican, with bids to be opened at the town of Plattsburgh Town Hall at 151 Baker Road, Plattsburgh, New York, on Friday, April 8th, 2025 at 12 p.m. noon, and be it further resolved that the town of Plattsburgh Town Board reserves the right to reject any or all bids offered. Be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be given to the town clerk, and the community development department, and the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Isabella, is there a second?
Second.
Just a quick discussion. Largely, I want to remind individuals that this vestibule is an accessibility upgrade project, and obviously we will see where bids come in and stuff like that. But it's one of the master plans for a larger campus. But this has been needing to be done, and we have been working through a system. And special thanks to Jess for all of her hard work on this too. So, is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Resolution 85, resolution to hold a public hearing and take seeker action for local law number 1 of 2025.
Whereas proposed local law number 1 of 2025 of the town of Plattsburgh, which imposes a 12-month moratorium on applications for battery-based energy storage systems, and whereas due consideration has been given to the adoption of proposed local law number 1 of 2025 by all members of the town board who are present, and whereas Part 617 of the Environmental Conservation Law, the State Environmental Quality Review Act, SEQR, provides for the review of any action to determine the effect of the action on the environment, along with any related administrative procedures for the implementation, authorization, or approval of the action. And whereas the adoption of a moratorium on land development or construction is a Type 2 action under 6 NYCRR Part 617, requiring no further environmental review, and whereas it was considered opinion of all members of the town board who were present that a public hearing should be held on the 20th day of March of 2025 at 6:05 p.m. at Plattsburgh Town Hall, 151 Baker Road, Plattsburgh, New York, to consider the adoption of proposed local law number 1 of 2025. Now, a motion duly made and seconded. It was resolved that the town of Plattsburgh's planning board, after review of proposed local law number 1 of 2025, does hereby determine that the proposed project is a Type 2 action requiring no further environmental review. Be further resolved that a public hearing to be held on the 20th day of March of 2025, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Plattsburgh Town Hall, 151 Baker Road, on the question of the enactment of proposed local law number 1 of 2025. Be further resolved that a notice of hearing on proposed local law number 1 of 2025 shall be published in the Press Republican not less than 5 days prior to that hearing. And be it further resolved that the town clerk shall post that notice on the bulletin board maintained by the town clerk pursuant to Town Law 30 Part 6 and on the town of Plattsburgh's website for a period of not less than 5 days prior to that public hearing. Be it further resolved that the town clerk shall provide a certified copy of the resolution to the Planning and Community Development Department and the Codes and Zoning Department.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. We have no more active resolutions before us, but I do know the need to have an executive session this evening regarding number 8, which is also known as the collective bargaining negotiation per Article 14 of the Civil Service Law. Is there a motion to go into an executive session in that regards?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Chuck. Can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
Daniel Bosley,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes. We will enter executive session at 6:08 PM. No formal action to follow. Could be a lengthy meeting, so we'll see.